Hey everyone, welcome back to Wiki-Wheelz Talk. I'm super excited to introduce my guest today, but before I do, make sure you hit that subscribe button or check out my Patreon for exclusive content. Now, enough about all that. Let's introduce my guest today. She's been one of my best friends for a long time. Here she is, Bridgette Wise.
Hi.
Hi, Bridgette.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Welcome to Wiki-Wheelz Talk.
Thank you for having me.
So for my Wiki-Wheelz Talk audience, would you like to do a quick introduction of yourself?
Oh, sure. Well, as she said, I'm Bridget. I've known Caitlin for, what is it, like over 15 years now?
14 years.
14. All right. I thought we hit 15, but we didn't hit 15 yet.
Next year,
Next year, we gotta plan something big.
we
Anyway,
do.
met Caitlin through Lighting Wheels, track and field. We've been friends for forever and also did wheelchair basketball. I did all the sports. And went to college at University of Texas Arlington, graduated, and now I'm just kicking it. I'm just hanging out, trying to get into the working world, but that's another story.
That's another whole other story.
Yeah.
I hear you. I remember after graduating from college, trying to get into the working world, and it's a little hard. Like, it's hard, and then it's a little harder when you're like a disabled person.
Yeah, especially like I've had health issues, the whole shebang with that.
Yes.
And so like limitations with that, oh my gosh, it's just crazy. But I've started doing freelance digital marketing and social media marketing for some small businesses recently. So that's been going well. So I'm hoping that can turn into like a thing, like a whole business type thing.
That's cool. I've actually also started looking into doing freelance copywriting.
That's
So
awesome.
so we'll be in the freelance world together.
Yeah.
Um and yeah, I mean sometimes freelancing is better than working in a 9 to 5 job because you
Yeah.
have to.
I like it right now. I just, I have 3 people that I do like Facebook and TikTok videos and like posts for. And it's nice. I just like do one video a day for them and then they'll like text me or whatever if they need an extra video here and there or whatever they want. So it's chill. Other than that, I'm just hanging out and then I'm already on my phone. So when they just want something, I just whip it together real quick. So I like it.
That's good. And it's also if you do want to like look into like the real job category, you can have this as your like backup and portfolio.
Exactly. That's what I did. I created like a online portfolio because that was my issue was trying to get experience because I think the reason I wasn't landing jobs was because I have
No
very,
experience.
very limited experience. And it's that loop of you need experience
Exactly.
to get experience. It's like,
I know, like
what
how
what do I do with that?
like it's an entry level job, but you still need like a 3 years experience.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense, but
No, not at all. So we've already talked about how long we've known each other, which is 14 years, which is crazy to think.
yeah, that's just
It,
crazy.
it feels like yesterday. So I would like to know since it's been 14 years and see if you actually remember, what was your first impression of me?
Oh Lord, let's go back. Let's take a time machine and go back 14 years to that opening dinner in the upstairs room of Children's Specialized Hospital. I remember wheeling in there like perfectly. Little me, shy as can be. walked in, Coach Trish was like, everybody say hi to Bridget, and everyone's like, hi Bridget, and I'm like,
I
hi.
always felt so bad for the newbies
Yeah,
because like she would make a big like deal, like raise your hand for all the new kids.
yeah. But yeah, so I kind of was hanging out around my parents more because I was shy and I was like, I don't know anyone. I'm not the type to go up and just be like, hey, want to be friends? But you, Chelsea, and Lou were all hanging out, and you guys basically came over to me and introduced yourselves and were like, come sit with us. So I came and sat with you guys, and we were talking, and you, like, my first impression, honestly, you guys were just super nice. Like, I wasn't intimidated or like, what's going on? You
Which
guys
is
were,
which is crazy because someone else that you started with, and you know who I'm talking about,
yes, yes.
said in some because I had him do something for one of my school projects, and he literally wrote that I scared him, that I was scary to him. He was
Yeah, no,
afraid. He was afraid of me.
I heard that a time or two, and I was like, she was not. I mean, okay, well, you guys, the three of you were already friends, like really good friends. So, like, how it was with the five of us, like together, you guys already had that. So, you guys were already like having jokes and beating each other up. You know what I mean by that?
I mean, he deserved it, but you
Yeah,
know.
he usually does. And it's just fun. Like, just anyway, um, so like I wasn't it wasn't scary, but it was just like I don't even want to say intimidating, but it was just like you guys were very like goofy with each other, and I felt just like awkward, like they're having fun, and I was like, wow, they're really good friends. I don't know what to do right now. And it took me
Yeah.
a while to warm up. I remember though, I do remember the night that I basically became best friends with you and Chelsea.
Hmm. I wonder what night that was.
I wonder, do you remember what night that is?
I mean, it depends. There were two nights.
Yeah, okay. So
There
it's
were two nights. There were two nights in St. Louis. There were two nights.
yes, they were both in St. Louis and they kind of went hand in hand. They were definitely like it was like a two-part. The first part was like, all right, I think this could happen. And the second I was like, yep, okay, yeah, done deal. The rest is history. We're besties.
I I
On
kind
Route
of
14.
I kind of like grabbed you from your parents.
Yes,
I
yes, you
didn't
did.
want to be alone.
So I
That one.
remember the one night after, our events, everything, we went back to the hotel. And do you remember the hotel we were in had like the
The
whole,
back area.
whole back area that was basically
Ugh.
like a
I
shop.
loved that hotel. I didn't want the inside, but I loved the back of the hotel.
Yeah, that was fun. It was literally like, I mean, it had
Everything.
restaurants and shops. It was literally like a
And
whole
bars.
and bars, and it was a whole shopping district behind this hotel.
And when I say bars, I mean bars where drunk people came out.
Yeah,
That
we
was
have
that
we
was the
have
beginning.
history with drunk
That
people. We'll
that
get to that.
that started it. It started with that one guy, and then it started with Chicago when I ran into people, and then we had
And
Michigan.
then we had Sean. We will get to Sean in a minute.
Yeah,
We'll definitely get to Sean. But yeah, so we had all of our events and we came back. Trish did her little like, end of the night roundup of how the day went and everything, and then everyone, goes and does their own thing before curfew. So you and Chelsea kind of were talking to me a little bit, and at this point I wasn't like besties with you guys, but we were friends. And so you guys went off to go push around the little shopping district outside. And I just was like, all right, bye, let you guys go. And my mom was like, why don't you go with them? I was like,
Which is interesting because my mom remembered having to drag your parents away from you
yeah, yeah.
because they wanted to hang around us during like I think we were just practicing or going on the van for somewhere or it was a social and they wanted to come with us. And then I think my mom was like, no, you gotta come hang out with the parents.
Yeah, you see, that comes from my other sports that I was involved in. That was definitely different than Lightning Wheels. I had one team where it was very like the kids the kids weren't independent from the parents. Like it was very like kids and parents together just like all the time. And Lightning Wheels very
Yeah.
much facilitated like
Independence.
the parents
Have their own group.
be parents and do parent adult things. And the kids are over here doing their athletic
And
things,
so
or just their kids together fun things. It was very much like, no, you don't just like,
independence was like the number one thing
yeah,
that our coaches wanted.
yeah, and we weren't used to that in the beginning. So my parents did what they did with other sports and just like wanted to hang out with the kids and like, be just a part of the kids in the mix. And so they had to get used to like, oh no, we are supposed to separate, kind of, promote independence. But it was the best thing for me. And
And
for
then eventually they just left us,
yeah,
in the room by ourselves. Your
yeah,
father,
don't know. My father.
your
Um,
father,
oh, Michigan.
your father gone around, coming on the other side and said, hi.
I was like, if you don't get back in here, I swear.
I was like, oh no, you're coming back in here, man.
Oh, okay, we'll get to that. So then,
Yeah.
so then my mom was like, go with them. So I went down the elevator with my mom, and she like convinced me to go out. And I went to you guys. I was like, hi, can I hang out with you guys? And you're like, yeah, we thought you were gonna go with us, and then we're surprised you didn't. I was like, oh. So you're like, let's go, like over here, whatever. You guys went that way. I went back to the door because my mom was waiting for me in case you guys were like go away or something. Which now looking back, like, what the heck?
Yeah, no.
Never could happen. And I just gave her a thumbs up, and then I went off, and then she went back, and we
And
went
this
all around that
end
shopping.
of and there was history made.
Yeah, shopping
And then
district.
banquet night.
So yeah, that was like, okay, cool. I'm actually friends with them. Like they wanted me to come, they wanted me to hang out with them. So we put her at the shopping district and talked, and it was fun. Then the next night or a couple nights later was the banquet.
We had a lot of banquet fun.
Banquets were so much fun. Like I can't even tell you, like they were so much fun. Except for Chicago. Chicago is interesting. Anyway, um yeah, we, they did the awards, they did the dinner, whatever, and then they just play the music and we have fun. Well, for those who don't know, we have a team mascot or had a team mascot, Lucky Ducky, the rubber duck, found at the walk and roll months prior. We love that duck like it was the team's child.
It became the team's child after the car show
Yes,
disaster.
it really did.
And
We
it was we were so lucky that it was actually a good thing that the coaches were crazy over that duck, or else we
yeah.
would have never found him.
Yeah, no, they would like anybody else would just be like, okay, we lost the rubber duck, whatever.
We would have never gotten it back. And
No,
who knows what would have happened if
so
we
many
didn't
core memories
with the duck.
would not have happened if we did not have that duck. But
Yeah.
yeah, so all I remember from that first banquet is rolling around with you, getting random friends, not even friends at that point, people to take a picture with this duck, trying to see how many people we could get to take
And
a picture.
remember how hard it took to get the light to go on his neck?
Yes, and everyone had like the glow stick bracelets or necklaces, and we were like, the duck should have one. So
I remember always Elka's face when we were like, "Can we see Lucky Ducky?"
she
I
was,
don't think she wanted to give him to us
I don't think she did because it was like,
because that was her child.
it really was like that was Elka's
That was
duck.
her. She's the one that found him.
Yeah,
Hi,
but
Elka, if you're watching.
Elka, um, she surrendered the duck, and we proceeded to go around all night trying to get glow stick bracelets to give it a necklace and jewelry and dress up the duck. You should definitely insert some photos into this.
Oh, I am. Don't worry.
We have so many photos for every single memory we're going to talk about, so you will have some visual aids. Don't you worry. Um,
Especially Quacky Duck.
yeah, you have a whole Lucky Duck album, don't you?
I do. That's how bad it got.
Yeah, she has a whole album from 7 nationals that we went to,
Yeah.
all with
2009. Yeah.
at least that's what I went to. I know you had way more than I did.
Yeah, but the duck started 2009, so
Yeah.
it's really 7. Yeah.
Me and the duck have the same starting anniversary. How cute. And then
Aww.
I will give you permission to insert the photo of me. Yeah, 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 you already know what I'm gonna say. So
Bathroom.
we were having everyone take pictures with this duck with the glow stick necklace, and at
The
this point
bathroom.
I had I was gonna say transition, not even transitioned, I had like morphed from prior Bridgette to now the Bridgette that you would know for the rest of time as
I am the pencil.
the lunatic of me. Hello. And so,
I create
what?
things.
What'd you say?
I create things, remember?
You do. You are the pencil. You create things,
I erase things.
erase things. Yes. Wiki-Wheelz came from that. Um, I took a picture of I wanted to take a picture of the duck, and I decided to take a picture in front of the bathrooms. Why did I choose that spot? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I just remember you're like, okay, it's time for my turn to take a picture, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, over there. Fine, let's go over there. And I'm like,
Well,
is that
yeah,
where the bathrooms are?
I was still like I was now transition, like I said, morphing into like extroverted me,
I was
but I
like,
wasn't fully there
okay.
yet.
I was like,
So I was like, yeah, I want to take this really funny picture of me like making out with this rubber duck. But I also don't
picture
want,
right there.
yeah. But I also didn't want to be like totally in public embarrassing myself. So I was like, let's go for the bathrooms where there's not a lot of people. So I was transitioning. Then from then on out, it was like, I'm not only going to make fun of myself, I'm going to make fun of myself and be the star of the show of it in every situation going forward for the next 14 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
If we had to like put a label on everyone in like our friend group, I was the crazy one. I was the nuts, loud
Well, you were
hiker.
what was your superhero name? Because we all had superhero names, remember?
Oh,
I
good.
was the eraser,
Mm-hmm.
Lou was the protector,
Yeah.
Chelsea was
Oh my gosh.
what was
Oh, my
I
other
know I know Steven was Wreck. Because
Stevie, yes,
he
that's right.
wrecked everything.
Oh, I was a befuddler.
Yeah, yeah.
I
But what was
I befuddle and make people confused, and yeah.
You have to say he did give us good names.
As much as I hate to admit that, like, because the
Those were pretty good names.
befuddler is not something you want to be. Yeah, I confuse people and like act dumb until they forget what they're talking about.
But it's a superpower.
But it is a superpower, and yeah, so that's me, and it was accurate as much as I hate to admit that it was accurate.
And he was the protector. Especially
Lou, yes,
especially
100%.
especially after Michigan.
Yeah, he pretty much saved us from dying at Michigan. So yeah.
So those were your like first impression memories. What was one of your favorite memories of like the last 14 years? Like whether it's
Just
as
that
whether it's
great.
the lightning wheels or birthday parties, coffins, like anything over the last 14 years, like whether it was a part of the lightning wheels or not.
One? You want me to choose one memory of my best friends out of 14 years?
Yeah. Okay, how about you do top five? Top five.
That's okay, fine.
Top five. Try top five. I mean, there's gotta be I know there's like 100, but top
Yeah,
five.
there's like no, you don't understand. Let me just explain this for a second. We would go to practice and hang out all practice, get in the car, and immediately text each other in our group chat, hey, what's up? And then we
Um,
talked all week until the next practice. And we saw each other like what, twice, sometimes 3 times
twice.
a week.
Yeah, gym night, and we would never leave. So we would have our own mini parties in the parking lot.
In the gym. I want to go back to that gym.
Um, they closed.
What the heck? I didn't know that. When? What?
Yeah, I think Gary closed it like sometime last year.
Well,
Yeah.
this interview talk, whatever this is, just got depressing.
But we could still go to the parking lot because there's no cars in the parking lot. That's where like all the fun stuff was happening. And
Yeah.
our parents would be like, all right, I think it's time to go.
Yeah, no, literally we would go work out in the gym on Monday,
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays. And then when we were done, we would sit in the gym area, the room that we were in, and be talking for
Until they kicked us out.
like however long until they basically told us, hey,
We have to go outside.
get out.
There's other people that need to use this room.
Yeah, so we were like, okay. That was stage one of leaving. There's many stages of leaving.
And then we're out in the gym area. And then in the lobby area.
The
And
lobby area that we
lot
and then we would go to the parking lot. We sat in like a little congregation circle in the parking lot and just talked and hung out, goofed off for like however long our parents would allow us. Sometimes it was like 30 minutes. Sometimes it was like an hour. It was a long time because luckily our parents were
And
friends as well.
Trisha and Paul are like, are you guys ever leaving?
They would
Cause
drive by.
they wouldn't leave until everyone left.
Yeah, well, in the beginning. Then eventually we'd see them drive by their car, they'd just be like,
Yeah, and then we're like, then they stop. Then they're like,
because they
that's it.
realize, okay, if we wait for them every time, we're never gonna go. We're never gonna
Yeah,
go.
it's true.
So yeah,
And
we would
you
hang out at
and
the
you
park.
live the farthest.
Yeah, I listen, I love my parents. I live in Pennsylvania and we drove up to Westfield and up northern New Jersey for everything. So it was like an hour and a half, sometimes with traffic, 2 hour drive up and back, plus the practice time, plus the time afterwards that I spent hanging out with you guys, talking with you guys, basically delaying leaving. We wouldn't get home until like midnight sometimes. And
I
that was
always, yeah, I always remember it was my dad and Steve who were always like, "All right, let's go. It's time
they
to
were,
go."
yeah, no, they were the two like police, like, all right, time to go. We are ending this.
While they're talking in their own little corner.
No, like the parents would talk about like my mom can talk for like literally forever. That's where I get it from. That's literally where I get it from. My mom has no end in capacity of talking. And she would be talking to your mom and they just won't stop.
Yeah, no, they won't.
They just won't stop.
They won't. I would be in the car. You and I would be already in the cars, texting each other, waiting for our mothers to get into the car
Yeah, so we would
or
eventually,
our fathers.
oh my God, if my dad was there, forget it.
Yeah,
Then
my
my
dad,
dad would
your
be
dad.
talking to Steve and your dad, and so the parents had their groups and we had a group, and like we just never left.
No,
But it was
we'd
fun.
probably still be there if we could be
Yeah, absolutely. No, like seriously, can you imagine having like a friend reunion and being like,
in the parking lot.
where do we host our friend reunion? And like people would go to like a banquet hall or like a fun restaurant. No, for our core memories,
Or in the
because it was the
parking
same,
lot.
it was the same in track.
Yeah.
We would have track down there, whatever, and then spend 30 more minutes plus hanging
In the
out
parking lot.
in the parking lot until our parents were like, get in the car.
I don't know if you were there that one night when this might have been before you, but they cut practice early because like it was lightning and thundering, and we just ended up in the parking lot, like all of us, and then the ice cream truck showed up.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I don't think that I don't think I was
I
there
think
for.
that was probably a year before. I think Maria was still on the team.
Yeah. Well, that's
So
the thing. So I never saw the ice cream truck there. I mean,
like it just like randomly showed up.
you know,
And
is that what
we're supposed to be in the cars because it's lightning, but we're having our own little party out in the parking lot.
powwow in the parking lot? That's all right. There was plenty of parking lot powwows that I was there for. Letty.
OMKG.
OMKG. Whatever happened to KG?
I think he's now like songwriting. He's more in songwriting.
Really?
I think he's still trying the music thing, but more songwriting.
I need to go back and look him up on YouTube and listen to him and like look at some of the videos, because I remember when like he started kind of doing music videos and stuff, I was so excited.
I
And
know.
then it just didn't go anywhere and it was sad.
I
No, I hadn't heard
know.
about him in years.
I know. I was kind of hoping he'd make it somewhere. So I'd be like, hey, I was one of the first people you followed on Twitter.
Yeah.
Can we get free tickets?
Oh my gosh. I remember when he followed you back and you texted me.
Well, no, that's how I knew of him first. Because he followed me randomly. And then I became a stalker. And then
Really?
and then I showed you him.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was when he talked to me on Kick. It's
Oh,
when I texted you like, look, guess who I'm talking to right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. Um, and he made it into the calendar, the famous first calendar,
Was he in the first one or the second one?
the first one.
Oh yeah.
It was October, I
Yeah, because
remember.
he was right next to Logan. That's right.
Yep.
Logan was center.
Yeah. On the cover, yeah. And then I don't remember what months anybody else was. Well, I know Derek Jeter was
April.
April because you and Derek Jeter, I mean, come on. And I can
I
retweet
think
what,
no, Logan was January because
yeah, no, Logan
because
kicked the whole thing
because
off.
he was January because we were at Lou's house and we were prepared for midnight to
Yeah.
yell out Happy Logan Lerman Month to Stephen to annoy the heck out of him.
And it worked.
And it did work after
Yeah.
he destroyed my calendar.
At my birthday party.
I still have it somewhere though.
Yeah. Oh my God, what did you bring that to years later?
To your house.
To my house? Oh my gosh, when you
When
guys,
it was when after one of your surgeries.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you guys,
When Chelsea and I came to your house.
yeah,
I brought it.
yeah. Side note, when the heck are you guys coming over again?
I don't know. Whenever.
There's an open invitation, and you guys just need to like
I
find a
know.
day that you're free and get your butts up here because
Well, I'm always free. It's the the
yeah,
drivers.
yeah. We'll
But
figure it out, but
yeah. But anyway, so parking lot memories.
yeah, okay, sorry. Circling, we knew this was gonna be a hot mess, and like any questions were gonna get answered like 45 minutes after they're asked. All right, top five memories. All right.
So parking lot.
Parking lot powwows just in general.
Okay.
All right.
Next.
Um, the next thing that comes to mind was later when we took the two bus trips to nationals. That was fun.
And
And
Igor.
Igor, yeah, Igor.
We
Even
hey, even that first day when he tried to when we all thought he was gonna crash into the hotel and he made it through.
I was asleep.
I know you missed that. You missed the excitement of that.
I was asleep and I woke up and I was like, what happened? They're like, oh, we almost died. And I was like, oh,
Because
okay.
he didn't realize that he learned very quickly. The coaches learned because I forget what like country he's from, but like because disabled people are always definitely seen less in like third world countries. So I don't think he realized how independent and how well-oiled machine our team is
Yeah,
when it comes to like unpacking and traveling. So I think he really wanted us to be at that front door.
yeah,
And then but after that, I think Paul was like, no, you don't have to do that again.
yeah,
Just park out in the street and we'll
yeah,
be fine.
yeah. So the bus trips definitely bus trips halfway across the country, those were fun. And then gotta go to the van, the cool
Oh
van,
my God, yes.
the cool van that conveniently had 5 seats.
I know. I'll always remember the one time Steven didn't make it and he was so mad.
He was so,
He was the only one in the big van.
yeah,
He
he
was
was
so
mad.
mad.
We always try to get the five of us in that van together. I remember Michigan. which was Lou's last nationals, leaving the banquet, and it was gonna be our last bus ride, and we were like, we need to have the 5 of us in this van.
Yes.
And they let us have it because they were like, all right, we know how devastating this is for them. And then there was a weird, but I remember us arguing. There was
it was rough.
That was an awkward bus ride because we were like, this is sad.
Yeah. The last time the 5 of us had a banquet together.
And we were like trying to take pictures and like goof off. I remember us all arguing, and because there was 2 front seats and 3 like the back bench. I remember us arguing over like who was gonna sit where.
I sat in the same seat each time, so it didn't matter to me.
Well, it was okay. Yeah, it was me, Steven, Chelsea. Like, no, I'm gonna sit in the back. No, I'm gonna sit in the back. Like, we all wanted to sit with him and be like, don't leave us.
Not knowing what was going to happen at the hotel.
Yeah. Yeah, that hotel that night got interesting. So that will
anybody who's watching this, let me just like give you a quick recap of, I'm just gonna say one thing. Wedding party.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
But yeah, that will be my next. What am I on 3 now? My 4 memories.
I don't even know anymore.
This is why I told you not to put a limit on me. This is why I told you not to tell me to pick top 1, top 5. Well, I was like, I could just talk about memories for hours and hours and hours and hours.
We could. We should have just did one memory from each nationals.
Year. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been better.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Keep going.
Anyway, okay, number 3 will be that night. Like, okay, banquets in general would be the next one. Just banquets in general were always so much fun. But that will segue into the story explanation of the night we met Sean.
Sean.
Wonder where that guy is today.
Hopefully sober.
Hopefully, yeah, sober and still married to that girl.
Who tried to drag him away from us.
Yeah. Who hopefully still has that ring that they fished out of the pool.
And I hope that guy's truck is okay.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure he got a new truck. I don't really know how you come back from your truck being on fire in the hotel parking lot. I don't really know how you still drive that vehicle. I mean,
I know.
They got the fire extinguisher pretty quickly though.
Or how about when Pedro knocked over the fake plant?
Yeah, Pedro in his power chair and
just back up and Lou was like, no, I got it. I'll pick it up. You guys get to the hiding spot. I'll pick this up and meet you over there.
Yeah. So we were all hanging out in the lobby, like more than just the 5 of us. There was like 6, 7, I don't even know. There was a bunch of us.
I know we had kids with us.
Yes, we were kids, but we had
kids with us.
Like,
we had
kids.
10-year-olds with us.
Yeah,
we were all high school.
Yeah, it was a bad situation. And so we're just hanging out, and a wedding party was hanging out after the wedding. And if you know anything about after parties of weddings, they get a little crazy. Usually people have had a few or a lot.
These people had more than a few.
I
almost got tackled.
They had several, yeah. You almost got tackled / fallen on. The groom was very friendly though.
They were all very friendly.
what drunk people are friendly? I mean, okay, that's a bad
They
question.
were
There
very
are some
friendly.
angry drunks. Anyway, so the groom comes over to us and says, "Hi, I'm Sean.
Did you win the race?
Did you win the race?
Who won the race?
Who won the
And
race?
Lou, of course, had to be like, all of us did. I'm like,
All of
Lou,
us won.
oh, don't egg him on.
Don't engage." He shook my hand. He was like, "Hi." I was like, "Hi." He asked me my name. I'm pretty sure I said a fake name because I was like, I'm not telling this guy my name.
And it's funny, the next morning, next morning he walked by us and you were already gone. And Steven and I looked at each other like,
That's him.
that's Sean. And I'm so sad. I'm so upset that like we didn't like say hi, Sean, because he would have looked at us like,
Because
do I know you?
there is no possible way he remembered that night
I would
at
I
all.
would have died. I always say that was like one of my like regrets from nationals, with not saying hi, Sean.
Not like going up and being like, "Hey," and him just being like,
Who the heck are you?
"Oh." Yeah. And yeah, so they introduced him to us and we were like, and then other people started coming in from the wedding party. We were like, we need to get away from this lobby. So we had our spot, like this little area in the hotel
with the out of tune couches.
with the out of tune couches or the out of tune couches.
There was one in tune, one out of tune.
Yeah. And we would always hang out there. So we were like, all right, we're just gonna go to that spot because this is getting a little dicey out here. And so we were like, let's go. And Pedro, sweet Pedro, in his power chair, instead of flooring it forwards, accidentally floored it backwards into a fake tree that went, woo, timber.
I'm glad it was fake.
Yeah, I'm glad it was fake too, but figure not. Thank God that it didn't hit anyone because that would create a whole nother issue. And Lou, just his face was just like, okay, that's great. That's fantastic. It's like, you guys go to the spot, I will pick up the tree. So he picked, I remember everyone went and I was like, I'm sticking with, I literally was like, I'm sticking with you because I'm like sketched out right now. So we picked up the tree and I just like went back with him. I was like, I'm not leaving you. I was like, your name is the protector, and right now that's what I need you to be, full force.
And then once we got to the spot, we were like, okay, Pedro needs to go back to his room.
Yeah, so we went in like groups.
Well, then Lou was taking us one by one back.
Yeah, like one by one, dropping himself at well, the kids, not us, like the little or the tinier kids.
And then my mom called.
And then we went back to the spot and we heard what we thought was the very loud ice machine.
Yes, because I was already back in my room. Next thing I know, there's a knock on the door, and it's Pedro's mom wondering where everyone else was.
Yeah. So you went back. I was still there with everybody else. And we heard what we thought was the ice machine. Turns out it was someone breaking the fire extinguisher like glass case, which was conveniently right next to my room, like within inches. And yeah, Pedro's mom heard that, got you, was like, where are they? And then all of a sudden, because the spot was like, yeah, the spot had like an entry this way, an entry that way, stairs down this way.
I came this
Out,
way.
and here comes like my dad, Chelsea's dad, Steven's dad,
Philip's dad.
Philip's dad, Ava's mom.
And then we came this way.
Then you came, like it was like the SWAT team just like came from different angles. And they were like, it's time to go to bed. We were like, what's going on? Huh? Turns out that's when the guy's car was on fire and like there was like it was just chaos. They were like, you guys need to go to bed. So then we
Yeah.
just went to bed and we're like, and then I remember going back to my room and being like, why is there glass everywhere? And then I saw the fire extinguisher thing broken. It was like, oh, that wasn't the ice machine. So
And
then,
another memory from that nationals was, your sky ball.
oh my God, I wish I still had that sky ball. I brought it to college with me and I left it there and I'm sad because there was some great, I should just buy a sky ball. They've got to have one on Amazon.
That
Yeah,
was fun.
basically this like huge orange plastic ball that apparently if you bounced it outside, it went like super
We wouldn't
crazy high.
know. We wouldn't know because we did it indoors.
We decided to play with it indoors, which
And
is
I almost killed somebody.
a great idea to do with. You almost killed someone, you broke the ceiling.
That was already broken.
That was not already broken.
Yeah, I know, because if you went to my room was also open like that. They just
All I
did
know
they
is you threw the ball and it hit the little like overhang and the wall thing went it like fell in. And then my dad, I'm pretty sure fished it back out with a plastic fork and just like slid it over and was like, we'll just leave that. And yeah, then you threw it at someone who was conveniently
it was all his fault.
doing like a wheelie or whatever at the same time. And you threw it at the
And
exact
I didn't
right
know.
moment that it just was
He didn't have to go
happy,
catch it.
happy, bye bye, dead.
That
The
was fun.
photos. Oh, and that brings up all the memories are flooding back. The memories of the poster we made of the 4 photos. That was
Yeah.
fun. Trying
Your
to
your dad and me in your room while you and Steven are on the floor fighting.
wrestling. Yeah,
And
that
then Craig holding the door closed.
Greg almost breaking his foot with the door because he was in a even bigger, more powerful power chair, and his foot was in the door, and he was running it. He almost broke his foot. But yeah, like I was trying to keep him out while you guys did that because he was like, "What are you guys doing?" And we're like, "Nothing." And of course, then he's like, "I gotta know," because
No, you don't.
nosy. And so I was like, at that point, I still stood. Now I can't. He obviously could walk. So we had got in a pushing match, and then that pushing match somehow accidentally got to the floor. And yeah, and I ripped his shirt accidentally, kind of accidentally. Anyway, um, yeah, and then we gave it to him, and he was like, "This is
Is
what I."
what Yeah. Cause wasn't we they were like for some reason that night he wasn't like very happy. Like
Yeah, I forget.
something happened that night and then we just opened your drawer and just shoved it in his face that here.
Something happened that he was like in a bad mood or whatever. And oh, well, back up. When we were on the floor wrestling, I saw his dad coming and I was like, oh, shoot, he's gonna be like, what's going on? So I just stood up and his dad was like, why are you on the floor? And I just looked at him. I was like, yeah, why are you on the floor? What are you doing? And
And
his dad
I
just,
and I remember we left him in the hotel by himself
that,
because
that
because
didn't
we were
happen.
because we went to powerlifting.
Yeah.
Your dad took me So we were all at powerlifting,
Mm,
and Steve was already there,
yeah.
and he was like, "Where's Steven?"
We were
We're
like,
like, "He's at the
crap.
hotel." And he was
Uh,
like, what, 13, 12, 12, 14? He was
so
not old enough to be at the hotel by himself.
somewhere between the ages of 13 and 15, something like
Like,
that. I don't know.
it wasn't at the age where you should be at the hotel by yourself.
Basically, yeah. Um, and yeah, then so then later we just gave it to him and he was just
Maybe
like he was
that's why he was in a bad mood.
probably he was like not amused when we gave that to him. He was just like, you
Oh,
wrestled me to the ground and almost broke my foot and every other part of me to make this photo collage of when earlier you again almost killed me with a sky ball. Yeah, like you can remember it forever.
yeah.
Or not.
All right. So that was a fun nationals.
That was a
I
fun.
think there were like more memories at that nationals than like all the other ones.
Oh, 100%. 100.
Because like every day something else. Like every day there was something. Like I remember Lou saying he had to almost stop a fight in the rec room between I forget who on our team and one of the table tennis people. Um like it was a madhouse. I don't know what happened that year.
Yeah, no. That
That
was
year the
crazy.
madhouse. So any other memories
All right, that was
that
3.
like
4
stick
would
in?
be my birthday parties. I had 2, well, I had 3 birthday parties, but 2 at the barn. My family's like arcade party barn, whatever the heck you want to call that
Which
place.
everyone loved.
Yeah,
That
everyone,
was so much fun.
when you explain that place to someone in person, they don't get it, and then you take them there, and they're like, "What in the world is this?" But it's so awesome. I actually have a party there next weekend for St. Patty's Day, and I'm excited.
But I remember the first year your uncle brought out the coffin.
Well, no, because my birthday's so close to Halloween. It's 5 days before Halloween, so they were set up for their Halloween party. No, I'm wrong. I had my party after my birthday's before Halloween, but I had my party after Halloween. But they had it like cleaned up and stuff. And I was like, hey, it's decorations, leave it. So they have all Halloween stuff, including a coffin.
Yes. And your uncle like opened it and was like, who wants to go in?
Yeah. My
I was
family's
like,
crazy,
not
number
me.
one.
I was like, not
So,
me.
and then we proceeded to the entire rest of the night play in this. Well, one of us got in the coffin, and the rest of us were just
Picture up there.
picture up there. Yes. Do you remember when Lou went across and got the chair and was I have a picture of that in my album. Got the chair to like prop it open. And then
I remember when we actually closed it. Remember Sharon? Sharon closed it when
yeah,
while Steven was in there. And then my dad was like, whoa, you can't have that closed. And
your
he
dad
opened
was
it.
so concerned. He was
I
like,
was
that's
like,
too far.
I'm like, you're not the person, you would be the one that normally does the closing. So I was like very like a little shocked.
And then we got because my parents had gotten flowers, those like decorations
Oh
for my
my
birthday.
God, yes.
Remember we went and I remember looking at my mom and being like, do you have flowers? Yeah. Can I have them? She was like, okay. And so we were like pretending that like we were like throwing flowers in like he's
And
there.
then he held them while we prayed.
And we prayed. I still love that photo. Us all
Right up there.
praying. Gosh, and then so that was my first birthday. The second birthday, well, the year after we had my 17th at my house. That was fun. Just all of us hanging out.
And
Then
you
my
fell
18th,
again.
when did that not happen? And then the next year we had my 18th, which was super fun. And at that point, we all not all, you didn't, but a lot of us had then gotten in the coffin. I requested that he bring back out that coffin.
Which was a good idea.
Yeah, I was like, it's gotta happen. There's too many.
Like I remember, I have a picture of myself waving to Chelsea.
Yes, wait till see Carissa's like, I'm like, you're supposed to be dead. Put your peace sign down. Little Steven, well, not so little anymore. He's in college or out of college or
No,
whatever.
he's out of college, I think.
Yeah. God,
Yeah.
I'm old.
But he'll always be little Steven,
Yeah.
my little buddy.
Yeah, buddy. In there, he got in there, like we all were taking turns in there playing with the coffin. So my birthdays would be number 4.
All right, last one.
5. What? Oh my God, what would be number 5? Not that I can't think of one. I can think of too many is the problem.
So which one have we not talked about?
I'm gonna throw out a random one just for funsies.
Uh-oh. Should I be worried?
Pogo Bowl.
Pogo boy!
Oh my gosh, that was
That was so much fun. Until I got off one day and a clown person showed up.
Yeah, that we never went on there again. Somebody was like trying to scamming or just being creepy. I don't even remember the
And
context.
you thought it was me.
I for sure
How dare you?
thought you were pranking us, and I was like, "You're scaring me. Knock it off." And you're like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I don't remember even what happened. Somebody was talking to us, and they were like being really sketchy, and we got scared. And I'm pretty sure that was the last time we ever went on Pogo Bowl.
No, I think we went on again. I don't think he went on again, but I think you and I went on again.
We might have, yeah. We should see if that still exists.
I think it does, but I don't remember my password.
Yeah, no,
And that's probably on my old email address too, so I wouldn't even be able to change the password.
yeah, same probably. Yeah, absolutely. But we would go on there and play music and
Oh
like
yeah, and we would be in the old Google Hangouts.
that was like, all right, number 5. I want to kind of not change, but like kind of change to like the Google Hangout,
Hangouts.
Google Meet, Google whatever it was.
Well, it was Hangouts before they changed it to Google Meets.
That's right, it was Google Hangout. We would do Skype or Google Hangout all the time, like all the time.
All the time. And then we would have pogo bowling nights.
And then we would have pogo bowling nights where we would bowl, listen to music. It would be on our like 3-way, 4-way, 5-way, whatever group chat on Google Meets while bowling. It was a crazy night. But we would have group video chat all the time, and we should do that again
We should.
sometime soon. Did we do that?
We did it like 2 years ago, and I was supposed to be in charge of scheduling it.
I do remember that.
And then we did have one scheduled, but then someone couldn't make it, and then I was like, then
We
what
were
is the
like,
point? Why did I give up then?
we were like, this is gonna be, what do we do, like either weekly or monthly or
Yeah, it was supposed to be like the second Tuesday every month.
yeah, that literally
That
never
didn't happen.
happened. We did it
No.
once and we're gonna do this monthly. Never happened again.
Never
Here we
happened.
are 2 to 3 years later.
Maybe I should do a Wiki-Wheelz talk with all of us. That would be
that would be
that would be
so
that would be fun
chaotic.
and probably dangerous.
That would be so chaotic, but so much fun.
Yeah,
Or
I
we should
remember.
do a Google Hangout meet chat with all of us again, because now that the sweetheart dance, I'm
I
so
know.
sad, isn't a thing anymore. That was like now the only time I for sure saw you guys at least once a year.
I mean, we might do it again next year, but
Mhm.
I haven't really heard anything from like the Elks lately because my dad's not really a part of it anymore. So,
Yeah.
but
Honorable mention number 6, the sweetheart dance at the Elks every year for Valentine's Day. So much fun hanging out with you guys. And
so many memories over these years.
yeah. Can we going back to number 1 with the, or not number 1, number, I don't even know, whatever, talking about the banquets, and then also talking about Saginaw, Michigan. Can we insert, oh, that might be copyright. I don't think we can do that. But the, what's the song?
The Saginaw song,
The
it's not
Saginaw song.
there anymore.
What do you mean it's not there anymore? Wait, what song are you talking about?
What song are you talking about?
The America whatever song.
Oh, it'd probably be America.
Yeah.
Oh, no, there was another song. There was a, I don't know if it was a Saginaw song, but there was like a song. Oh no, it might have been the Minnesota song. I forget, but Little Steven had like there was a song that we I forget which year it was. No, it was Ames, Iowa. It was Ames, Iowa.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Ames,
yeah, yeah.
Iowa song that doesn't exist
That was
anymore.
actually a song. Yes, that was Ames, Iowa, and I do remember.
That's that
Yeah,
Ames, Iowa song. And Little Steven and I tried to find it like 2 or 3 years ago, and we couldn't. It was
yeah.
so sad.
But yeah, no, I was just talking about the
They're proud to
how to
be an
be,
American, but at least I know I'm free.
yeah, that song, because we don't need to go into why I want to hear that song, but
But yeah, that's copyright.
yeah.
We're not copywriting right now.
Yeah, let's not do that. But
Uh,
just know that that is a main staple in that year for reasons that will not still not be spoken about out loud, but you understand and I understand. Yeah.
Remember when it was played at the Oaks? And it
Yeah.
was supposed to be God Bless America?
It was that was
It was
what
supposed to
was
be God Bless America, and they played Proud to Be American, and you were squeezing my hand. And I'm like, I'm
I was gonna
sorry.
say. I was like, do you remember? Oh my gosh,
I was
we
like, I'm
were not,
sorry. I'm
we
like,
were
that's not supposed to be the song that's playing right now.
literally, that was the wrong song that they played, but it was perfect. And they started playing this, and I just looked at you, and you looked at me, and then I just kept squeezing your hand. I was like, "Is this happening?"
I was like, I'm like, that was not supposed to happen.
No, but it was.
Yeah, it was. It was meant to be. Everything
Everything
goes.
happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason.
They played the wrong song.
That's why 2012 was not supposed to be our ultimate year.
Okay, 2012 we said was going to be the ultimate year. We are in 2023. Has that ultimate year happened?
Well, no, 2021 sort of was when I published my books.
All right, you have had the ultimate year. I for
But
sure have not.
so we're still working on it. 9 years
Listen,
like
I've got
11 years later.
yeah. Well, next year we'll be friends for 15 years. Maybe we'll plan a trip or we'll do something, and that will be
Yes.
the ultimate year.
We gotta do something.
Yeah.
Because weren't we supposed to do something our 10th year and we ended up not doing it?
Yeah, because
Then
I had
I gave you guys your presents at the sweetheart dance.
exactly, yeah. We were supposed to do 10 years, but I'm pretty sure I had one of my 7 million surgeries that
Oh
came
yeah,
up
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah. You did.
we
You
never
did.
did that. So 15. We're gonna do
Yes.
something
15.
epic for
We're gonna
15.
do something.
By epic, I mean you guys are probably just gonna come over, but we'll try
Yeah.
to think of
We'll do
something.
something. Maybe go to the mall again.
Yeah, that was fun.
So we've done the memories thing. So it is now 2023, which is crazy.
Insane.
What are you up to? I know you spoke a little bit about it at the very beginning, but like,
Yeah,
what are you up to?
man, I'm not up to a whole lot. We had the pandemic and staying in. I've had a few major surgeries, the last several years. So it took me a while. I eventually, finished school. That's been a while now. But I finished school and
I
health
know how
wise,
hard that was for you.
yeah, no, that took forever. And then switching schools online and transferring credits. Oh my gosh, that was insane. Did that, finding a job was hard, but now I'm kind of doing this freelance, thing, even though I've been doing a lot of my freelance stuff with people on TikTok, small businesses on TikTok. And now the whole TikTok ban that might be happening, I'm like,
Well, I think that's really right now is for the government.
well,
Like
no, they banned it on government phone, and now there's a whole push to get it banned in America unless it's sold and owned by an American company.
yeah, that started with the former president.
Yeah. And now it's continuing with the current president, and he's pushing for it as well. But
I mean, I get it, but like then they should just ban all social media then. Because they're
well,
all
other social
like,
medias are owned by American companies. That's the issue.
yeah,
Or
but they're the ones that have the privacy issues.
that is a good point. Yeah. So I
Like
don't know, but
like Facebook has all their I mean, I'm sure there'll be another TikTok after. Because TikTok basically took the place of Vine.
it absolutely did 100%.
So
It's
there's
like
always gonna be another one after.
I know the app because I'm like aware because of everyone that like I'm kind of working with. A lot of people are going to this app called Clapper, which is basically like TikTok, but it's got less rules.
That could be a little dangerous.
Yeah, if you download it and go on it, it's a little dicey with the content because there's not really any rules of what you can post.
Yeah, that's like that's dangerous.
So like when I first downloaded just like a week ago, if not even that, if you go on at nighttime, it
Oh
is
no.
very a little bit raunchy.
I'm sure. I miss the MySpace days.
I was not I was
You were still young.
I was too young for that. I miss the MySpace time.
It
Oh,
was so easy. It was just so simple.
shall we talk about the the fact that you're the reason that I have a Facebook?
I mean, I uh, 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 what? I didn't know.
I didn't convince your
I
mom
didn't
to let you have
convince you. I didn't make you beg your parents.
I didn't make you beg your parents and then
I just asked you
myself
if you
convince
I
your
just
mom
asked
and
you if you
dad.
had one.
I didn't convince your parents to let you have a Facebook. I didn't beg them to let you have a Facebook.
All I did was ask if you had one.
Yeah, she had one, and I used that to my advantage to get myself one
I
at like
mean,
14 years old.
but I do. I miss the MySpace days because the biggest drama that was on for MySpace was who was your top 8 friends. That was like the biggest issue drama.
I'm
When now Facebook is like every all the other social medias are like have more drama than MySpace did. So that's what I miss.
You remember when oh my gosh, do you remember when Facebook had the top fans?
Oh my
And
goodness. You all were very competitive on
you
on
were
my page.
very competitive to the point of like
I had to
posting.
stop posting it. I was happy they shut down because I was like, I am getting sick of these people
Well, it
taking
wasn't just
over
us. We
my
were
page.
all competitive, saying like out of like the 4 or 5 of us, who took what spot every week or month or
And
however
then
often
you
we
and
posted.
then you guys were competing with like random family friends. Like
Yeah.
Steven and one of the dads in my family were like starting to compete with each other, and I'm like, chill out. This is supposed to be just a fun thing. Stop taking over my page.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my
I
god.
remember.
One of the memories. Facebook wars.
Oh, how did I forget the Facebook wars? See, this is honorable mention number 2. So now we're at 7, which is why I told you not to put a limit on me. Facebook wars.
I didn't start them. Chelsea started them. I just dragged everybody in.
I don't know who started them. I don't know how they started. All I know is they were a thing.
All I remember is I know Chelsea and I got into a disagreement one night. So I then went on to the messages back before Messenger, and it was just Facebook messages. And I went and found people to like I think it was one of our former teammates, and then it was Steven before he and I like became friends, like because he was still afraid of me. Um, and I was like, hey, I remember this. I was like, hey, could you like come onto this Facebook status thing and like
And comment and be
and
like on my side.
agree with me so that and then the rest was history. And then
Yeah.
it just became a a big unnecessary thing.
We would unnecessarily post like something on Facebook and then stir up
Start a
drama
war.
and an argument. If you go back in memories and look at some of those posts, some of them have like
Like very
500,
childish. I know we always try to compete with the previous one.
like some of them have like 500 comments.
And then we got our St. Louis friend involved in one of them,
Oh
and
my
I think he
god.
was ready to kill Steven one of the days. I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, here now we're going out of state, no more.
Yeah.
And then they just died.
Yeah. Well, we all grew up and realized Facebook isn't now. Facebook is so different than it was back then when it had like, remember you when you could like pages and it was all like memes and like all that stuff. Now Facebook's like way different. Like now,
Algorithms.
yeah,
It's all about algorithms now.
exactly. Remember they like became a fan of like it was like Bridgette Wise became a fan of
Yeah,
the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know. You know what I mean?
yeah. And social media changed over the years.
Yeah, it's crazy to think of like how much and like back then it was normal to like we would post anything and everything. Literally, I looked around.
I cringe at a lot of the memories. And
I like
I'm like, people did not need to know that.
I literally have statuses of like us like talking and being like, oh my gosh, having such a fun night talking to Caitlin Goerlich. Like, why is that a status? Why are you letting everyone know?
But it's interesting because when I see, I think it like Facebook did like better themselves with maybe status writing because we used to type what we were watching or what we were doing when now there's a thing where you could say watching whatever
Yeah, and like
television
it,
show.
although that's I don't know if it's just mine. Like a lot of times I like it doesn't have what I'm trying
Yeah, no.
to
And
put.
like during the Super Bowl, there's like 5 different ones, and I'm like, can't they just have one? Like,
Like that's what I'm saying. When I'm watching a football game and I'll be like, oh, the Eagles are playing the Jets. And I like type it into like the search to post like the
and
little
there's like 3 of them.
Well, it's either there's or there's none, and it's like the Eagles play every other team.
Yeah,
We haven't even like from years past, and like I can't ever find the game that I'm actually watching.
yeah.
It's accurate, but yeah, I cringe a lot when I'll get my conversations between like our friends group, but then also just me in general. If like
Like, I'm eating this.
I like when we would have like meet that weekend, I would like all of us would like detail out. Here's what I did at in the morning, and then I had track, and then I had field, and then I had a great time talking with Bridget and Caitlin, and then it was so
I know, they were so long.
long and just like random thing. I would do that all the time, like, oh my gosh, today went to the mall and blah 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 blah. And I'm just reading that
I
now.
think that's why Twitter was formed.
Bridge, shut up.
I know.
Nobody cares, including me.
I know, it's crazy. Social media. I mean, it's come a long way, but it's also gotten worse.
Yeah.
Like, I'll always miss. I know you were before MySpace, but I miss the simplicity of it.
Yeah, I know nothing about MySpace because I
When-
too
I
young.
mean, we learned coding by MySpace because we had to like create our own backgrounds and
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've heard all of that being said, but I didn't physically
yeah, you were too
experience.
young.
I was. I was just a baby.
Hmm. You're only 2 years younger than me, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm a baby. Not really. I'm only 2 years younger than you, and I'm 27.
Yeah,
You got a birthday. You got a birthday coming up.
I'll be 30.
Big 3-0. That's exciting.
All right. So I think that's pretty much. I mean, I know we could go on and on and
You could
on
go
and
on
on.
forever, so you need to just
And
cut
so,
us off and tell me to stop talking whenever you seem fit, so this video isn't agonizing for you to edit, even though it probably
well,
already.
I don't really, for Wiki-Wheelz Talk, if people realize, I don't really edit them because
Oh,
I like keeping, like,
raw, organic.
yeah. So I
All
don't
right.
really edit it too much. Maybe at the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
But before I let you go, Um, so I don't know how many of you out there have watched or listened to previous Wiki-Wheelz Talk, but these are my closing cards where I will be shuffling them, and then I always have the guests tell me to stop and choose which card they want to answer. There are many cards here. Some have 5 questions, some have 6, 7, 8, all the way up to 10. So I'm gonna start shuffling, and then you're just gonna tell me when to stop.
All right. All right. Let's see. Stop.
Well, one went down, so
Let's do that one. It was
I
meant to
can't
be.
get to it.
Oh shoot. Yeah, no, do not fall that you falling out of your chair is a whole nother memory that we could talk about, but we're not going to.
So okay, yeah, no, that was a that'll be in the next Wiki-Wheelz Talk.
I need to, yeah, I'm gonna be in part 2 of this because we didn't even get to you falling or
A lot of stuff.
or you breathing or lack of breathing.
Breathing's overrated.
Oxygen's overrated. Who needs it? Actually, everyone.
So which one would you like? This one or this one?
Let's go.
Yellow, green, yellow, green.
Let's go with green. I was gonna call like that. I was gonna call them both green. They both look green to me, but like the
Yeah, in the light, it's like it's weird because it's like yellow, but
It's like a
That's it.
highlighter. Highlight like that's the color people are like, is it yellow or green? You just call it highlighter. Like
So which one?
let's
That
go with
one
highlight. Let's
or
go with
that one?
highlighter.
This one? That one.
Go with the highlighter color. The
This one?
yellowish. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting because I think the last question is very interesting. Oh, and you are the first one to answer this card.
Woo, feels special.
All right. Now these are just like random questions that I found. So you may have an answer, you may not have an answer. But all right, you ready?
Yep.
Favorite Broadway show?
I've never been to Broadway, but that is a goal of mine. I'd love to go see a show on Broadway, but
I recommend The Lion King. The only one I've seen.
we know how long it took me to see The Lion King.
Yeah, that's another whole conversation we
That's a
could
whole
have.
nother conversation we get. We need to take notes on our off time of topics to talk about because they just keep the memories just
I
keep
know they
coming
just keep
back.
coming.
And it's like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be here forever. Anyway, the only show
Number
that I've not seen on Broadway, but is a Broadway show that I have seen off Broadway is Hamilton. I was in college when Hamilton came out, so I missed the Hamilton like craze, and then I watched it, and then I became obsessed with
Yeah,
it.
I didn't see it on Broadway, but I watched it on Disney Plus.
Same. I watched it repetitively for like months. Like I was obsessed.
All right. Number two. Are you a good person?
I mean, yeah, I'd like to think I'm a good person. I
Good
would
answer.
like to think that I am. Do I sometimes do evil things in just pure fun ways? Yes, but I've never done anything legit intentionally bad to like society or like to get me in like legit like legal trouble or anything. So yeah, I'd say I'm a good person. I think so.
If you could have dinner with anyone from history, who would it be?
Oh my gosh. Um, that's difficult. God, I gotta think about that. I don't know. Anyone from history, so they don't necessarily like alive or dead.
Alive or dead?
Um, I would love to interview, not interview, just talk and hang out with some of the creators of social media platforms just because that's what I want to work in. I love the digital internet space. So like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, like all those people who like are in the internet technology world. I'd love to talk to them and just geek out on technology things.
Good answer. Who would play you in a movie of your life?
Oh my gosh. All right. This is gonna make me sound well, okay. If we want to go with the fact that I am disabled, I would choose she's not okay, she's not an actress, but she was in like a reality TV show. Push Girls. I don't know if you ever saw Push
I
Girls.
saw some episodes.
The one girl's her name's Chelsea Hill.
Oh yeah, the dancer.
The dancer girl, yeah. She's young, she's fun, and I still follow her on TikTok,
She
Instagram.
just had a
She
baby.
just had a baby. It's so cute. I like follow her pretty closely on social media. So I'd say her. I'm trying to think of disabled actresses, and then if like disabled is not not a problem because like we all know that there's plenty of able-bodied people who play disabled characters,
Unfortunately, yes.
unfortunately. I don't even know. I'm trying to think. I'm like, who kind of looks like me? Um, I don't know. So yeah, I guess my answer would be Chelsea Hill.
Chelsea Hill.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite genre of music?
Country. But today's country pop mixture, whatever you want to call it, not so much like
Of the old country.
older
Like the
country.
country.
I'm talking
Like the
about
country. Like the country. Where like, hey, like hillbilly country.
like hee haw. Like I'm not really into
Yeah.
the hee haw country. I'm more into today's or like
Country pop.
90 like no, I love 90s music,
Country rock.
country rock, country like with the other genres.
So the crossover country.
Yeah, but definitely country. I miss going on a music tangent for just 2 seconds. Because that's a core memory is driving to and from practice because I had a long drive, always listening to the radio and loving the pop music that was out. Like I'm talking about the Keshas and the Justin Timberlake and Maroon 5 and I can't even think of who else, but there was Bruno Mars, like so many good music. I am just not, other than country, into the music of today because it's all just rap and like I feel like most it's just rap or country. Those are like the two sides that you could choose from. And I'm like, what happened to variety?
Well, that's because the radio doesn't really like. I mean, I don't really listen to the radio much because I'm not in the car as often.
Same.
And the radio in my car doesn't work. So like, I think the radio doesn't really play like the music that um they used to play like all the time.
Yeah, no, just like the popular music of today, then it's just the genres so different than like those artists I named from the 2000s 2010 era.
Well, every era has their thing.
Yeah, so I'm just saying I miss that era of music and I have so many good memories of listening to the radio on really long drives, but today, yeah, no, it's definitely country.
If I die young, um,
Next question. We are not going on that next question.
okay,
Breathe. Next question.
which is better, a novel or a movie? I know what your answer is gonna be.
Okay, this
I
is
don't. We're gonna skip this one because I know yours is gonna be a movie since you don't read or write. Anyway,
it's hard having a best friend as an author when you really dislike reading and writing, and that's what they do as a profession and what they love to do. It's
yeah.
difficult.
So I already know her answer to this.
Movies, yes.
So skipping that one. Her answer is movie. Unfortunately, I tried.
Except for
Anyway,
your books. I like your books.
thank you.
You're welcome.
What superpower would you like to have?
Not the superpower where I just confuse people until they stop doing bad things. I like to read people's minds.
That could be scary.
That's what everyone says. When I say that, they're like, well, there's people who are like, oh no, I don't want to know what people are thinking. But I'm a very blunt person, and I just want to know black or white what you're thinking, how you feel. And none of that guessing, like, oh, how do they feel? But like no anxiety about what people think or how people really feel. Like I'll just know, and just that'll be the end of it. I'd rather have my feelings hurt than not know. So yeah.
Okay. But do you really want to know what's on my mind?
Well, you love me, so
Yeah, but you know what goes in my brain. I've told you some of these stories.
we're not gonna talk. Okay, put that down on the list. Well, I
Okay,
don't know if I actually had shower. I don't know if we can talk about that one.
plunger.
Plunger, plunger. Oh my god, the plunger.
Um,
Plungers, showers.
anyways. Last one. Favorite social network.
Oh, oh, that's hard. That's so hard. Trying to think of like, because there's one that I mostly use, but I'm like, I don't know if that's necessarily the one that I would.
Say is your favorite.
Yeah, I'm gonna go old school and say Facebook. I think out of all the social media, if one was to disappear, the one I'd be most upset that disappeared would be Facebook. But I'm on TikTok like 24/7. So TikTok is a close second, which is ironic because it might be disappearing.
Could be, but you never know. So there you have it. You answered all 8 questions.
Woo! That was pretty harmless, pretty easy.
I try to find the easy questions and some harmless ones.
You just like rapid fire, like,
That's what the goal was for like the closing cards questions.
but I just
But
much.
then I realized after doing like the last couple Wiki-Wheelz talks I've done, they're
Mm.
not really easy questions to like rapid fire. So I
No, and
might,
you have to really just be like strict to the person and be like, quick, go, which is so
yeah.
hard for me slash impossible because you know me and just know I talk
So I might
a lot.
rethink. I might rethink these, but I still like them.
Should set like a timer and
Yeah.
just be like, all right, you got 3 minutes. We're gonna see how many questions we can go. And then like it makes the person just be like, all right, boom, 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 boom. No extra like that reminds me of,
Yes.
which
All
we
right.
all have realized at this point that I struggle with, but
All right. So thank you for being on Wiki-Wheelz Talk. Did you have fun?
I did. Oh my gosh, I've missed you and I enjoyed talking to you and reliving memories and everything. And I guess I enjoy this and I'd love to be back. If you would
Oh, you will be back because we have so many more things to talk about.
me too, when like this is gonna be like part two, part three, part four, but we could have so many
Yes,
again, we've been
there will
friends
be
for
so
14
many,
years.
and maybe we'll add more people on.
Yeah.
Just like maybe we should start our own. You know, but
Can you imagine if we had
that's a different time talk.
yeah,
Like,
can you imagine if we started a podcast?
I mean, that'd be fun.
That would be really fun. That would be chaotic, but that would be fun.
I mean, if we take notes and stick to the notes, maybe we could do that. I
Oh
think
yeah,
that'd be fun.
that'd be organized, but that would be fun.
That'd be fun. Figure out different topics to talk about. But anyway, thank you again for being on here.
Thanks for having
And for all of you out there watching, thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed this and stay tuned for more videos, especially Wiki-Wheelz Talk. And don't forget to subscribe, follow, and like, comment, and check out my Patreon for exclusive content. Bye guys.
Bye.